Welcome to Solo Leveling Video. If we talk about Jinwoo's most valuable ability, then it is undoubtedly Shadow Extraction. With this ability, Jinwoo can extract the shadows of dead beings, whether they are monsters or humans, and make them his slaves. These shadows will obey Jinwoo's every command and protect him at all times. Using his Shadow Extraction ability, Jinwoo has literally more than 10 million shadow monsters. All these 10 million shadows in Jinwoo's shadow army are categorized into different grades, which are based on their level of strength. Just like hunters have ranks, these shadows are divided into 9 different grades. The first is the basic grade. These are the weakest and most insignificant shadows in the shadow army. The second is the normal grade. You can think of these shadows as foot soldiers, roughly as strong as a C-rank hunter. The third grade is the elite grade. These shadows are the most common type in the shadow army and are as strong as B-rank hunters. The fourth grade is the knight grade. These shadows are as strong as A-rank hunters. The fifth grade is the elite knight grade. These shadows can be as strong as a basic S-rank hunter, like Baek Yoonho. The sixth grade is the commander or general grade. These shadows are immensely powerful, strong enough to defeat an advanced S-rank hunter like Goto Ruji. These shadows are also capable of speaking. The seventh grade is the marshal or commander grade, depending on whether you're reading the webtoon or the light novel. Shadows of this grade are the strongest that can naturally evolve to this level, and those who reach it are the most powerful soldiers in the shadow army. The ninth and final grade is the grand marshal grade. This is the ultimate rank, and it can be given to only one shadow in the entire army. This shadow is so powerful that it can single-handedly kill 50 national level hunters. Shadows also serve as lieutenant for the Shadow Monarch, collecting the spoils of battle. So, brother, I hope you now understand the Shadow Army's ranking system. In today's video, I will explain and rank the 13 strongest shadow monsters out of these 10 million, from weakest to strongest. Before we start the video, make sure to like the video, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on the bell icon for more amazing anime content in the future. Now, the shadow monster that ranks at number 13 on our list is Kaisel. When Jinwoo was returning from Demon Castle after defeating Baran and his dragon Kaiselen, he extracted the dragon's shadow and made it his shadow soldier, naming him Kaisel. At first glance, Kaisel appears to be a terrifying, massive, and incredibly powerful dragon, which is exactly what I thought in the beginning. But, brother, later on, Jinwoo literally transformed Kaisel into a flying horse. In fact, Kaisel was never even used in battle throughout the entire manhwa. Jinwoo only used him for transportation. What a disappointment, by the way. As for Kaisel's rank, he is a knight rank shadow. However, since we haven't seen much of him in combat and he was only used as a flying mount, I've placed Kaisel at number 13 on this list. Next, at number 12, we have Tank. Jinwoo unlocked this shadow during the Red Gate incident, when he fought against the ice bears in the frozen area. During that battle, Jinwoo defeated the leader of the ice bears, the Alpha Ice Bear, extracted its shadow, and made it his shadow soldier, naming it Tank as a nickname. Now, if we look at Tank's abilities, he started as an elite grade shadow, but after leveling up, he became a knight grade shadow. Since Tank is a knight grade shadow, both his offensive and defensive capabilities are very strong due to his massive physique and razor-sharp claws. In terms of strength, Tank is as powerful as an S-rank hunter and can easily defeat an A-rank hunter. Now, let's talk about the next shadow monster, Jima. When Jinwoo goes to close a high A-rank gate, he encounters Boss Naga inside. Wow, what a name. Brother, he's literally calling himself Boss. Boss Naga is a creature that is half snake and half human. Well, that's what he looks like. You can see the rest for yourself. After Jinwoo defeats this Naga, he extracts its shadow and names it Jima as a nickname. Now, if we talk about Jima Bai's powers, Jima is as strong as a mid-tier S-rank hunter. He has incredibly hardened skin, which can be used to create shields and armor, making him highly resistant to attacks. Another special ability Jima possesses is the ability to grow in size and even regenerate his body parts, which significantly boosts his strength. Now, let's talk about the top 10 strongest shadow monsters. At number 10, we have Iron. During the Red Gate incident, Jinwoo and the other hunters got trapped in a frozen area. There, Jinwoo had a fight with Kim Chul. After defeating him, Jinwoo extracted his shadow and made him his shadow soldier. Now, if we talk about Iron's abilities, he possesses a skill called Shout of Provocation, which allows him to taunt enemies. Wow, what a power. Very unique. Since when did taunting become a superpower? If taunting is a power, then even my mom is a shadow monster. Well, aside from that, Iron also has regeneration, immense strength, and high defense. Technically, Iron is an elite knight grade shadow, but despite his strength, he doesn't play a major role in the story. That's why I've placed him at number 10. Now, let's talk about the number 9 shadow, Shadow Giants. Moving forward, when Jinwoo revisits the Double Dungeon, the place where he originally got his powers, an S-rank gate appears in Japan. From this gate, enormous Jeju Jeju Island giants begin invading Japan, attempting to destroy it, just like the rumbling in Attack on Titan. During this chaos, Jinwoo the goat arrives to stop these giants and single-handedly defeats 30 of them. As usual, he then extracts their shadows and adds them to his army. Now, if we talk about the shadow giants' abilities, they don't possess any unique or special powers. However, it is believed that these giants can easily kill an S-rank hunter. If you remember, Liu Zhigang, yes, that's the correct name, who is a national-level hunter from China, had to go all out just to defeat a single giant, and even then, he barely managed to do it. So from this, you can understand just how powerful these giants are. No doubt, shadow giants are no joke. On top of that, fighting against 30 shadow giants is equivalent to fighting 30 S-rank hunters. Now at number 8, we have Min Byung-gu. Brother, these names are seriously a challenge to pronounce in this video. So this shadow appeared when an S-rank healer, Min Byung-gu, was killed during the Jeju Island raid. Byung-gu was an exceptional healer with mastery in healing magic, buffs, and stealth. And even though he was a healer, he could still fight on the level of an A-rank hunter. When Min died, Jinwoo temporarily extracted his shadow to save his favorite woman, Cha Hai-in, from dying. After helping Jinwoo heal her, the shadow was respectfully released by Jinwoo to honor Min's memory. Although it was a temporary summon, there's no doubt that Shadow Min Byung-gu was extremely powerful. Jinwoo literally used him in a clutch moment to save Cha Hai-in from death. And that's no joke, brother. That's why I've placed him at number 8. Now coming in at number 7 is the Ant Queen. Yes, this was also a temporary shadow, but that doesn't change the fact that she was powerful. The Ant Queen was the final boss of the S-rank gate that opened in Jeju Island. So you can already guess that she was no ordinary monster. Even Beru, the Ant King, stated that the Ant Queen was strong, but her true strength wasn't just raw power. Her most terrifying ability was reproduction. Brother. What a crazy ability. She could literally mass-produce high-level magical ants like Beru himself. Now in terms of combat, the Ant Queen was strong enough to defeat an entire strike team filled with S-rank hunters using her overwhelming power and poisonous attacks. She was ranked as a general-grade shadow, which means she could easily defeat a top-tier S-rank hunter. But still, since she wasn't part of Jinwoo's shadow army for long and was released soon after, I've placed her at number 7. Now, the next shadow monster is Greed. Let me just say, this was probably the most satisfying shadow monster moment when Jinwoo turned him into his slave. So here's what happened. After Jinwoo kills Huang Dongsu's younger brother, Huang Desu, the elder brother, Dongsu, plans to take revenge by killing Jinwoo. But, as always, Jinwoo the goat defeats him in battle and extracts his shadow, naming it Greed. Now, if we talk about Huang Dongsu's powers, he was already a very strong S-rank hunter. But after becoming a shadow, he becomes one of the strongest in Jinwoo's entire shadow army, with a rank of general grade. However, we haven't seen Greed participate in as many battles as other shadows like Beru or Igris, which is why I've placed Greed at number 6. Now let's talk about the number 5 shadow monster, which is Tusk. Tusk is none other than the shadow of Kargalgan, whom Jinwoo extracted after defeating him during the Hunter Guild Gate Raid. If we look at the power of Kargalgan, he was a high orc shaman with advanced magical abilities. When Tusk was first turned into a shadow, he was Knight grade, but later he was promoted to General grade. Over time, he became a powerful shaman who mastered a wide range of magic. So, without a doubt, Tusk is one of the strongest and most loyal shadows in Jinwoo's army. He has supported Jinwoo in countless battles, and if you remember, Tusk even saved Jinwoo's sister Gina during a critical moment. Now next comes Kamish at number 4, one with a full epic entry. If we talk about Kamish the dragon, he was famously known as humanity's calamity. Kamish was the first boss to appear from the very first S-rank gate, and during that time he killed countless people and hunters. Eventually, 5 S-rank hunters managed to defeat Kamish, and those 5 later earned the title of national level hunters because of that legendary battle. Now you might be wondering, how did Jinwoo extract Kamish's shadow if he died years ago? Well, Kamish's magic core was preserved by the Federal Bureau of Hunters. Later, during the International Guild Conference arc, Jinwoo used the core to extract Kamish's shadow. However, since Kamish had been dead for many years, his mana levels were extremely low, and as a result, his shadow didn't survive for long. He was even seen injured shortly after being summoned. But bro, if we talk about Prime Kamish, there's no doubt he was an absolute monster level beast. Daddy level, no kidding. So naturally, Kamish deserves a top rank. On top of that, Jinwoo also obtained Kamish's Fang, a legendary weapon known as Kamish's Wrath, which he used to fight even the monarchs. Now let's talk about the top 3 strongest shadows of Jinwoo. At number 3, we have the fan favorite Igris. We saw him in the last episode of the first season of Solo Leveling. If you remember, Igris was the very first shadow that Jinwoo extracted. And bro, what a dangerous beast he turned into later on. Even as a boss, Igris was already super strong, but after becoming a shadow, he evolved from Knight grade to Martial grade, or in some cases, Commander grade. If we look at his powers, Igris had telekinesis, regeneration, amazing combat skills, and incredible strength, to the point where he could literally take down 10 S-rank hunters alone. So no doubt Igris deserved the number 3 spot. Now moving on to number 2, and this one is my personal favorite, Beru. Bro, what a cool and badass character he is. You might not know him well yet, but once his full entrance happens, bro, you're going to be blown away. I'm telling you now, he's going to become everyone's favorite. Beru is the shadow of the Ant King, the same one from the Jeju Island raid arc who defeated 4 to 5 S-rank hunters in a single battle. Beru has always been Jinwoo's most loyal and strongest shadow. He's even shown a bit of possessiveness over Jinwoo, often fighting other shadow monsters just to prove his strength and get Jinwoo's attention. Like, bro, imagine if Beru was a girl, he'd literally do everything to impress Jinwoo. When it comes to powers, Beru is insanely strong, capable of healing, flying, and using magic attacks. His rank is also martial grade, and he's so strong that he could defeat a national level hunter all by himself. But you know what makes Beru really special? I believe Beru is the only shadow who can feel emotions, and that emotional bond made him Jinwoo's most loyal and most beloved shadow. No other shadow could defeat Beru, except for the number 1 shadow I'm about to talk about. And finally, at number 1, we have the strongest shadow monster who even defeated Beru, and that is Bellion. Bellion was introduced at the very end of the manhwa during the final battle, and bro, the moment he appeared, he instantly became the strongest shadow in Jinwoo's entire army. He's literally powerful enough to defeat 50 national level hunters alone. That's how dangerous he is. If we look at his backstory, Bellion was the first shadow ever created by Ashbourne, the previous shadow monarch, aka the King of the Dead. Bellion held the title of Grand Marshal in Ashbourne's shadow army. Now, talking about his powers, Bellion has insane speed, mastery in weapons, tactical intelligence, and leadership qualities that are on another level. He's so powerful that he defeated Beru in a single blow during a one-on-one fight. So yeah, no doubt Bellion deserves to be number 1. But for me personally, as I said, Beru the daddy will always be number 1 in my heart. So bro, these were the strongest shadows of Sung Jinwoo. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and definitely tell me in the comments, who is your favorite shadow monster? See you in the next video, but until then, be the best. Bye bye.